Well, I'd like to welcome you all, including my colleagues, to the 8th annual Hotdish Cook-Off. I see Congressman Walz is gloating over his previous victories.
Very un-Minnesotan of me.
I know it, exactly. I want to just do a shout out to my friend and predecessor, Al Franken, who started this great tradition 8 years ago, I think, and we feel like it's important to carry on. This is partly about, and a lot of it is about the joy of food and family and hot dish that we love in Minnesota. In my family, we have something called Fair Rules. We love the Minnesota State Fair, and in our family we have something called Fair Rules, which means that you can eat whatever you want. You just can't complain about how you feel after you've eaten everything that you want. But I am sure that when everyone eats this hot dish, you're going to feel great. I'm excited to see it, and I want to thank, where's Sam? Brodey. I want to thank Sam Brodey for agreeing to be our moderator. Now, Sam is from California, so you probably don't have a deep tradition of hot dish, but I'm sure you're going to do a great job. So thank you, everyone, for being here today, and let's festivities begin.
Yay. Yay.
I have to leave.
All right, Sam.
I'll be something again.
Hello. All right, well, thanks everybody for being here. This is really the honor of my professional life to be asked to host the Hot Dish competition.
You're all dressed up.
Yeah, I know. I'm wearing a tie, which is not usual. So I'd like to thank Senator Smith for continuing to host. This is a great tradition. This is my one article that gets wide readership at MinnPost every year, so thank you for doing your part to support independent journalism. As Senator Smith noted, I am from California, which I think makes it all the more impressive that I am the nation's capital's preeminent expert on the Minnesota Congressional Delegation Hot Dish competition, which is now in its 8th year. I did have to Google what hot dish was before I took this job. And I did not know that Minnesota had such a deep culinary tradition. When I think of Minnesota, I think of its great wild spaces, its great history of sports, prints, but I do not think of culinary prowess. And the hot dish competition is a testament to the opposite. This is really a great tradition and is something that is put forth by Senator Franken as a bipartisan event to get together, set aside your political differences over hot dish, which is more important than ever. Of course, I thought this is just a nice photo op for everybody to get some good press on the back of gullible and unsuspecting reporters, which is definitely true. Not me, not the Hot Dish correspondent, but there really is something to this. I think this is a pretty great event. It's pretty unique as far as I can tell. This state is the only one that has some kind of delegation cooking competition. There's no Texas chili off. There's no Maine lobster off. I don't think my home state of California has a pot brownie off. So this is really, it's pretty cool. It's pretty unique. As much as I am loath to tell a group of Minnesotans that's something they do is special and unique, this really is. And so it speaks to how much you guys pretend to like each other that this continues to happen. There's a lot of great culinary tradition that's happened in this room over the years. Congressman Peterson, who has just left, some of you might remember, offered bear meat as his winning hot dish last year. So never say that Minnesotans aren't creative and inventive. This is a divisive election year. The stakes couldn't be higher for us to come together, set aside our differences, leave our politics and diets at the door. It calls to mind something Bill Clinton once said, which is, there's nothing that's wrong with America that can't be fixed with what's right with hot dish. So let's introduce the judges, all of who have come from near and far to be here for this competition. Phil Drovnik, who is the coach of the gold medal winning U.S. men's curling team. Who is coming all the way from Eveleth, am I right? And the Duluth Curling Club, which is now world famous. Also joining us, Joe Gill, who is the farm director at KASM Radio in Albany, Minnesota. Let's give him a hand. Noop Savang, who is an alumni of the University of Minnesota and is the founder of Foodini, which is an online restaurant here in D.C. that delivers meals that are made by immigrant and refugee chefs. It's really cool. And Kate Schaefers, who joins us. She is the volunteer state president of the AARP, a really important organization. So just a quick word here on the judging criteria. I know that's what you're all here to learn about. This is a 20-point scale. These hot dishes before you will be judged. It's a 10-point scale for taste. That's fairly straightforward. Originality, 5 points. There's been a lot of originality here in the past as the bear meat hot dish has exemplified. 5 points, this is really the X factor category, presentation. Now, there's a few categories that these, or criteria rather, that these hot dish have to meet. It has to have a protein, dairy, starch, and a Minnesota ingredient. And, woe unto somebody who does not meet that last category. A lot of great Minnesota ingredients to choose from. Presentation really is, we've seen some great stuff here. There was a Prince hot dish a couple years ago, so I'm looking forward to seeing what these hot dishes have to offer. Now, if there is a tie, as Master of Ceremonies, it is my solemn duty to break the tie, so everybody has to be nice to me for at least the next 20 minutes. So, with that, we're gonna get started here. So. Now, as I stated earlier, in the event of the tie, I have the privilege of breaking the tie. So I've been told the tie is between hot dishes 1 and 2. I'm going to do a taste test here. Judges clearly have some bias. Okay, they're both strong. Both strong. Do I just announce a winner? Do I just choose?
You were the host.
All right.
Do you have your exit plan?
All right. And then who's 2 and 3?
So whichever one you pick is your favorite.
Okay.
1, 2, and then 7 is.
Okay. Cool. All right. 9 is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to announce our third place. Coming in third with her spam good hot dish is Congresswoman Betty McCollum. Congratulations. Coming in second with his tater tot hot dish is Congressman Rick Nolan.
A little parting gift for you there, buddy.
And it is my privilege to give the second tie-breaking hot dish trophy to the pride of the 6th District, Congressman Tom Emmer, who is not here. So, Tom was complaining to me earlier that a Republican hasn't won this competition, and now he can't be here. So, do I give this to Jay?
Accepting on Tom's behalf.
Yes.
Where's Warren Beatty when you need him? I was just looking for the wrong envelope. That's all. Wow. Well, speaking for Tom in the 6th District, this is almost as good as the 2nd District's dish. Nevertheless, we all made mistakes. Congratulations to Tom. Congratulations to the entire delegation. Sam, thanks for doing what you're doing, and we'll keep this going for many years.
Congressman Nolan, do you have some words?
As a co-winner, I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. My first hot dish was made up of wild rice, hand-picked by Rick, with venison, shot and butchered by Rick, flavored with maple syrup, take the wild out of it, maple syrup tapped and boiled by Rick, a can of mushroom cream soup opened by Rick, and an assortment of onions and other vegetables from Mary's garden picked by Rick.
Yeah.
Now, was that not an authentic Minnesota hot dish? Come on, give me a hand.
That's right, Rick. That's right.
Here's the secret watching this thing over the years. My last one, which tied for first until you know who, I just went with the flow. You apparently you just can't beat cheese, potatoes, a little bit of hamburger, and some of those good old-fashioned tater tots. So that'd be the secret, guys.
Very good. Very good. Well, I would just like to, first I would like to thank our excellent MC, Sam Brodey. You did an excellent job. Notwithstanding the hard feelings that you created in the 8th District, but I just want everyone to know, you might not have known this, but Sam is the winner of the David Lynch Award for Regional Coverage of Congress by the Washington Press Club Foundation, so well done. And I know that this incisive and cutting-edge journalism that you're working on today at the Minnesota Hotdish is going to further your career in ways that we can...
Pulitzer's next year, folks.
Yeah, I know, exactly. In all seriousness, I want to thank you all for joining. I am so pleased to be able to be here with all of my colleagues, and we'll do it again next year. And it's a good reminder that you can resolve all sorts of issues around a good plate of hot dish. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
All right, Tina, good job. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for picking up the mantle here.
I couldn't resist.
That was good. Good. All right. Senator, good to see you.
Okay, good work.
Nice job. Thanks.
I suppose we don't get the money now.
Yeah.